Hi, I'm Will Howard, man about town, out of town. We are in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Balloon Festival. And there are 550 balloons took off out of here yesterday. Looks like we've got something similar now. The camera stays with me. I'm just going to walk around. We're going to be on Captain Kirk's ship, and we've got Jan, Mrs. Kirk. Are you going to be in the balloon with us?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the balloon's only so big, so some people get to fly, but somebody has to follow in the chase vehicle.
Okay, that'd be you. And can my bride join you?
Definitely.
Okay, great. That's super. Now, looks like we're about to take off.
Right.
And Dan is getting ready to go here. So tell me about this operation. What's going to happen?
First, we'll inflate. We'll hook up the envelope to the basket. Okay. And at that point, we'll start to put cold air in it, and then eventually put hot air in it.
Have you got time to talk to us over there while they're doing it?
Yeah, I probably will have some time, but I need you to finish filming this.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, cut. Need me to help?
No, all I want you to do is watch and be ready to get in.
Okay, so what they're doing now is they're blowing air in there so that they can go ahead and blast a flame that won't melt the envelope. You'll see Captain Kirk fire at any second now. And once that happens, the heat is going to cause that balloon to raise up just like this balloon over here. So take a peek over there. So it's going to happen very fast. And once it gets in that position, you need to get the passengers in very quickly. Okay. So Dan is about to fire his propane, and things will happen fast after that. This is the 40th anniversary of this balloon festival. It started in 1972. The cost of putting this on is about $5 million. There were 550 balloons launched yesterday. And it throws off $74 million for the local economy. We'll see the flame go here any second. And watch the flame go into the envelope. Here we go. And we have ignition.
And don't put in your arms or anything else like that.
Everybody way on the back. All right. The flight plan is to go high and go over into Corrales or Los whatever that is.
Okay.
Rio Rancho.
Okay.
That's the flight plan.
Okay, I got it. We got it.
All right, let's get our passengers in. Who's flying with me this time? Put it back in there, Chris. And we watch it, see what it does. And we're coming down right now.
So the shaving cream was to find the general direction.
Lower wind direction.
Lower wind direction, okay.
See that piece of shaving cream that's up on there? You can watch it go in different directions as it goes down.
So what's the plans for landing?
See that balloon up there? That's landed. I'm going to try to hit this big area right here.
Okay.
That would be the plan.
And that's what, a dried out riverbank there?
That's what it looks like. It's a dried out riverbank.
It's like a wash.
Yep.
Now it's interesting, we can hear the dogs barking. Can they hear us talking?
Yes, that's why they're barking.
Yeah, they mostly can hear the burner. It goes at a frequency that's not nice to their ears, I guess. Or at least they like to bark at it.
Like fireworks.
So are you pulling on that rope there?
Not yet.
But you will.
I will, maybe. I might not have to if we do this right.
We're with Tom Garrity, Director of Media Relations for the Great Balloon Festival. This is the largest balloon festival in the world, is that correct?
It is, it is. It's the world's largest as far as the number of balloons launched over the course of an hour, but it's also just the largest period as far as the number of balloons that we have registered year in, year out.
How many people come here, or how many people do you expect will be here this week?
You know, according to a survey we did a couple of years back, we tracked 761,000 people attending our event over the 8-9-day period.
And you have balloonists and people from all over the world.
We sure do. This year we have, we're very fortunate to have guests and balloonists from 20 countries.
Wow.
And it's really phenomenal because I think everybody makes up for the language barriers just through courtesy. And so it really makes it a nice place to visit.
Well, and do you have news teams here from all over the world? I know you made ABC News Sunday last night.
Yeah, we did. We've been very fortunate, of course, when you have great imagery like the balloons flying.
Yeah, right.
That helps a ton. But yeah, we have 150 different organizations represented at this year's event.
I came in Saturday and Sunday, and of course we had tremendous lines.
Yes.
But you had a great number of security. How many people organized this show, including volunteers?
You know, it's a full-time staff of about 15 people that work year-round to stage the event. We have nearly 1,000 volunteers working in everything from working with the pilots to working to help people park, to really making sure the event goes off without any kind of issues. And of course, then we have a public safety presence, which is really second to none in the whole region, because we have local entities, state entities, and federal entities all coordinating their efforts. And as a result, we have more than 100 law enforcement officers on the ground, and we have just a little bit more than that outside monitoring things in various different ways.
This started in a shopping center 40 years ago?
It did. Actually, it was in 1972, and it was a promotion for KKOB Radio, and they were celebrating their 50th year. And Sid Cutter and Tom Rutherford were trying to figure out how can we help celebrate this 50th anniversary. And so Sid Cutter said, you know, this ballooning thing's kind of popular. Let me see if I can get a couple of my friends to come down and we can all fly and make it a great promotion for KOB. And so they did, and the next thing you know, 39 years later, we're here today talking about the 40th event.
How many acres do you have here? Do you own this?
This is actually owned by the city of Albuquerque, and it's 270 acres as far as the whole park. It's the largest park in the city of Albuquerque, located on the north end. And of course, you know, the grass is something that we've had for the last 8 years. And it's really nice because before that, it just got dusty out here with all the dirt.
Wait, you're right, it is. When I was up in the balloon, I could look down and see how green this was and how brown everything else was.
You know, we always have to be careful with our water consumption because we need to make sure that we're being, very respectful of our surroundings.
Correct. Now tell us your website so people can go and see it.
You bet. BalloonFiesta.com is the one-stop shop to make all your plans for the 2012 event or to come out for the balance of this year's event.
Okay, spell that.
It's BalloonFiesta.com.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
We're in the Anderson Abruzzo International Balloon Museum in Albuquerque, and it's a fabulous museum. You should come here. It tells about the history of hot air ballooning. And actually, it did start almost with hot air. It was close The Montgolfier brothers in France back in 1862 figured out that smoke, particularly black smoke, would rise, and it would cause a balloon to rise. So they were the first ones that got an ascension. Now, in their ascension, they were a little afraid to actually get in and ride with the balloon, so they put in it a duck, a sheep, and a chicken to see if they would survive. They knew it would go up, that they weren't sure how fast it would come down. It was successful, and then they were the next ones to take flight. Now, after that, ballooning, hot air ballooning, instead of using smoke, started using gas. And a gas balloon was much more successful, but it was very, very dangerous. And today's ballooning actually, well, let's step further back. Back in the Civil War, the hot air balloon, which was a gas balloon at that point in time, actually launched the first Air Force, United States Air Force. They convinced the president, President Lincoln, that they could put balloons up with men in them and look and see where the enemy was. And that was one of the edges that won the Civil War.
Come back, I didn't copy.
You said you couldn't see us where I was.
We're over in past Corrales, over on Los, what is it?
Los Ranchos.
We're over past Los Ranchos on the big road that goes around.
Okay, we're actually out in the path. We're on what they would, so we don't, hopefully we can get to you.
Going that way now.
So are you pulling air out now?
I did now.
Okay.
Way out there.
Oh, there's a cul-de-sac right there that we can get down. They can get down to.
you look up our roads?
Well, I'll give them the GPS on and it'll bring them right here.
Okay. But roads never hurt.
Yeah, roads never hurt. All right, we're good. Go ahead. All right. It's all yours. I'll ask you to hold that. It's wrapped around something, so they can't get away from it.
Need my help?
Nope, we're good. Okay, you can go ahead and let that rope out. Just and take it off of where I wrapped it around.
Yeah.
So it'll go up to the top. Okay. Yeah, let's play it on out. That's good.
I'll look out for snakes. How's that?
I will.
Good idea.
Yep.
After we land, if you got any breeze at all, the wind kind of wants to try to keep you inflated. So what I do, as soon as I land, whoa! Hold the basket over there.
Okay.
I put a Velcro strap around the mouth to keep air from going into it.
Oh, good idea.
I saw you looking for it. I was looking to see if it was in the basket.
No, I picked it out of there. And then we know that's not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And when they're pulling on the, sometimes when you pull on the envelope to get the air out, pull too hard, you pull the basket over, which is not a problem unless you got unexpected passengers.
How much your basket weigh?
Oh Lord, I don't know what the basket weighs by itself, but you got 20 gallons of fuel here at that's at least 150 pounds each.
Wow.
So you get 300 plus about 75 for the basket by itself and the burner. So you can let that go. Just hang free. It's good. All right, let me go track down the crew.
Okay, got it. Do you have lifting restrictions?
Yeah. All right, now we'll just roll it to me. Roll it. Don't lift it. All right, Nick, take me up.
Beam you up.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Once beamed, you'll never know the feeling of true lift.
That bag goes here.
What bag goes where?
That bag goes here and the...
I didn't think about
Oh, it does?
looking at that.
Yes, honey, got a scarecrow up there too.
That was a great flight.
Thank you. We had a good time.
This is Dan Kirk, former Lieutenant Colonel Kirk, now Captain Kirk.
Thank you.
That because the name of your balloon is not the one we were flying in, but the other one.
Starship.
Starship. So how long have you been doing this?
I started flying in the early 80s, probably about 1983.
That was around the same time as our first balloon festival in Easton.
Yes, it was. I was at your event in either 82, 83, the time period that you had it. I was there with another pilot crewing and getting my lessons at the same time.
That's great. Now, you actually live near Dover, Delaware, right?
At that time, I lived in Virginia.
Okay.
And my parents lived in Dover. I grew up in Dover, and we came back for the Easton Air Show.
So you're now a professional balloonist. You take people up from Delmarva, from Easton, from all around.
Yes. We fly over the Delmarva Peninsula, primarily out of Ridgely, Maryland area, but I do fly in central Delaware. Depending on the winds, we have different places that we launch from.
And how many people can go up in your balloon?
I can take 4 in the balloon that you flew in today.
Okay, good. Now, tell me, I know this will be shown in time, so we're not going to fix you to this, but what do you charge to take people up?
A flight for 2 is $400 for approximately 1 hour.
So, and for 4?
Would be $800.
$800. Okay. Okay. I could do the math.
Testing my math skills.
I didn't know if you kind of dropped the price for 4, but okay, for $400 or $800.
Yeah.
And what does that get them?
That gets them a flight in the balloon. After the balloon, we come back to wherever we launched from.
And you launch in the morning or in the
We primarily do morning flights, which are just after sunrise. Sunset flights are available 2 hours before sunset, but due to the winds on Delmarva, the evening flights can sometimes be a little tricky as far as forecasting the weather. The morning flights are a lot easier to forecast, gives us a little more time to work with. We meet at the airport. We introduce the passengers to the balloon and the procedures that we're going to go through. We go through a safety check and what to expect getting in and out of the basket and what to expect during the flight. After we land and pack the balloon up, we come back to the airport or wherever we launched from, and we do a celebration.
Is that a bottle of champagne?
The celebration normally means a bottle of champagne. I'm sorry. I have taken to the steps that I present a bottle of champagne to the passengers at their choice. They can open it at their choice.
Okay. And it's in the early morning and evening because you have to fly under what speed of wind?
We like to fly under, when I'm flying passengers, we like to fly under 5 or 6 miles an hour winds on the surface. Now, after the sun comes up, the winds start picking up. It's difficult to fly. In the evenings, the winds have to die down. That makes the inflation rather difficult. So, and then we have to land before sunset. We don't fly after sunset. Balloons are required to be on the ground by sunset.
That's because you don't have a steering wheel or brakes.
We don't have a steering mechanism, nor do we have lights or brakes.
Is balloon flight dangerous?
I don't think it's dangerous. I've been doing this for over 28 years and I have not had a single injury. I have a sponsor that sponsored us for the last 5 years. And I come because of that and because of the competition and the flying. This is the largest hot air balloon event in the world.
Let's invite your sponsor to come over here.
Lynn, come on over.
Hey, thank you for sponsoring and allowing me to ride along with you.
Well, you're very welcome. Appreciate it.
Tell me your name and where you're from.
My name is Lynn Beckwith. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, okay, good. And what's your company?
The name of my company is Automation Consultants.
What does that mean?
It means that we automate things that people can find profitable.
Like what?
Things like doing inventory, bookkeeping, accounting. We do companies from maybe $10 million that do $10 million a year to companies that do $100 million a year.
Are you worldwide or United States?
No, we're strictly here in New Mexico, some Colorado. That's about it.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And how long have you been coming here?
Well, we've been here about 12 years sponsoring, and we've been in business since 1984.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Now, the hot air balloon that we flew in today, well, this is a model that is used in the gift shop to sell things. Actually, it was invented back in the 1960s with the use of propane gas. This is Will Howard signing off.